Friends from the media, good afternoon. Welcome to the press conference of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I would release two pieces of information. At the invitation of Russia's presidential plenipotentiary envoy to the Volga Federal District, Igor Komarov, and Deputy Prime Minister and presidential plenipotentiary envoy to the Far Eastern Federal District, Yuri Trutnev, member of the Political Bureau of the CPC Central Committee, and Vice Premier of the State Council Zhang Guoqing will be in Russia from May 19th to 22nd for the fifth meeting of the Council of Cooperation between the upper and middle reaches of the Yangtze River and the Volga Federal District, and the chairperson's meeting of the China-Russia Intergovernmental Commission on Cooperation and Development of Northeast China and the Far East and Baikai region of Russia. At the invitation of WHO Director General Tedros and the governments of Switzerland and Belarus from May 18th to 23rd, member of the Political Bureau of the CPC Central Committee and Vice Premier of the State Council Liu Guozhong will attend the 78th World Health Assembly in Geneva and visit Switzerland, and then visit Belarus and chair the 6th meeting of the China-Belarusian Intergovernmental Committee on Cooperation. Now the floor is open for questions. How does China assess the two subnational cooperation mechanisms between China and Russia, namely the Yangtze-Volga cooperation and the Northeast Far East cooperation, was China's expectation of Vice Premier Zhang Guoqing's visit? Under the strategic guidance of the two heads of states, China-Russia relations have been moving forward on a high level, and subnational cooperation has been advancing with wider scope and higher quality. The Yangtze-Volga Cooperation Council and the Intergovernmental Commission on Northeast Far East Cooperation as two major subnational cooperation mechanisms between China and Russia since their establishment have been operating with high efficiency and played an important role in promoting economic and trade cooperation, as well as people-to-people and cultural exchanges between relevant regions of China and Russia in a coordinated manner. President Xi Jinping's trip to Russia earlier this month was a full success, where he attended the celebrations marking the 80th anniversary of victory of the Soviet Union's Great Patriotic War, and together with President Putin, made top-level design and strategic planning for the development of China-Russia relations and cooperation in various fields. Vice Premier Zhang Guoqing's upcoming trip to Russia to attend relevant institutional events is aimed at implementing the important common understandings reached between the two presidents, taking stock of bilateral cooperation progress and charting the course for future priority work and cooperation. We believe that under the strategic guidance of the two heads of states and with the joint efforts of both sides, subnational cooperation between China and Russia will continue to grow with vigor and vitality and inject more impetus into our effort of enriching the bilateral relationship, delivering more benefits to the two peoples and boosting our respective development and revitalization. Next question, please.
Question from Reuters.
路透社，美国贸易代表格里尔本周告诉美媒体，中国同意解除4月2日后发布的出口反制措施，包括对稀土矿物和磁铁的限制。中方已宣布修改几项非关税反制措施，但没有修改稀土限制。中方是否计划解除或调整稀土出口管制呢？
你问到的具体问题，建议向中。
I refer you to competent authorities on the specific question. Next one, please.
谢发言人，东方卫视记者提问。那么刚才发言人发布了刘国中。
Dragon TV, to follow up on your announcement that Vice Premier Liu Guozhong will attend the 78th World Health Assembly and visit Switzerland and Belarus, could you share more details? The 78th World Health Assembly (WHA) will be held from May 19 to 27 in Geneva, Switzerland. With global health governance hit by unilateralism facing considerable uncertainty, There is a stronger call in the world for greater international health cooperation. China has all along upheld true multilateralism and supported WHO's central and coordinating role in global health governance. At the WHO, Vice Premier Liu Guozhong will work with other parties to deepen international cooperation in public health and promote the building of a global community of health for all. China and Switzerland enjoy an innovative strategic partnership. This year marks the 75th anniversary of the diplomatic ties between the two countries. China looks forward to working with Switzerland to implement the important common standings reached by the two heads of states to better enhance political mutual trust, strengthen bilateral and multilateral cooperation, expand cultural exchanges, and make progress in promoting the partnership. China and Belarus are all-weather comprehensive strategic partners. In recent years, under the strategic planning and guidance of the two presidents, bilateral relations have been growing from strength to strength. During his visit to Belarus, bilateral meetings will be held. Vice Premier Liu Guozhong will co-chair with the Belarusian First Vice Premier Snopkov the 6th meeting of the China-Belarus Intergovernmental Cooperation Committee to compare notes on cooperation in various fields. We believe this visit and the meeting will inject fresh impetus to our cooperation and add new substance to bilateral relations. Next one, please.
AFP.
法新社，法国、俄罗斯和乌克兰的官员在土耳其进行会谈，进行了几个小时。中方对此有何评论，以及对于无条件的停火这一通过的决议有何评论？
在乌克兰危机问题上，
On the Ukraine crisis, China's position is clear and consistent. We support all the efforts conducive to peace. We support the two sides to carry out direct dialogue and negotiation. We hope that relevant parties would have dialogue and negotiation and reach a fair, lasting, and binding peace agreement accepted by all concerning parties and achieve the political settlement of the Ukraine crisis. Next one, please.
谢谢发言人。环球时报记者提问：据报道，美国商务部工业与
Global Times has reported the U.S. Bureau of Industry and Security issued a guidance saying that the use of Huawei's ASAN chips risk violating U.S. export controls. It also warns the public of the potential consequences of training Chinese AI models with U.S. AI chips, was China's comment. The U.S. overstretches the concept of national security, abuses export controls and long-arm jurisdiction, and maliciously blocks and suppresses Chinese chips and AI industry, which severely violates market rules and destabilizes global industrial and supply chains and undermines Chinese businesses' legitimate rights and interests. China firmly opposes this and will never accept it. China urges the U.S. to right their wrongdoings of protectionism and unilateral bullying practices and stop unscrupulous suppression on China's tech businesses and AI industry. China will take firm measures to safeguard its own rights to development and Chinese businesses' legitimate rights and interests.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
From Reuters, this is a follow.
路透社关于稀土矿物问题的问题，根据这一个主管部门应该是商务部。我们昨天问了商务部这一个问题，他们表示没有任何可以提供的信息。那么，这是否意味着中国并不计划解除稀土出口管制呢？
也很清楚这件事情的。
I think you are very clear that the competent authorities Ministry of Commerce. Next one, please.
谢谢发言人。湖北广电记者提问：我们注意到联合国使
Hubei TV, we noted that World Economic Situation Prospects as of mid-2025 released by the UN on May 15th mentions that higher tariffs and trade policy uncertainty have weakened the global economic outlook for 2025, posing multiple challenges to the world, including China and other developing economies. Global economic growth is projected to slow to 2.4% and global trade growth to 1.6%. Policy coordination and international cooperation is vital to stable global economic growth, was China's comment. We noted the report. Multilateralism and free trade are now facing severe challenges. Facts prove once again that economic globalization is the historical trend. Open cooperation is what the world wants, and multilateralism is the right choice. Under the current situation, it's all the more important for all parties to defend the multilateral trading system and international economic and trade rules, defend the international environment for open cooperation, and realize lasting development and shared prosperity. The more risks the global economy faces, the greater the need to address challenges through openness and bridge differences through cooperation. China has all along upheld high standard opening up and transparent, stable, and predictable policy environment. We have been committed to providing foreign businesses with a pro-business environment that is market-oriented, law-based, and world-class, sharing opportunities of our mega-sized market with the world and promoting a universally beneficial and inclusive economic globalization. An open China is always a source of opportunity for the rest of the world. Next one, please.
Question from Bloomberg News.
彭博社，美国和中国的贸易代表在本周在韩国举行会谈，您能否分享一下讨论的内容以及下一步双方的举措？
提建议向
I'd refer you to competent authorities on that. Next one, please.
From
Reuters 路透社关于稀土出口管制，格里尔本周表示，中国同意解除出口反制措施，中方对此有何评论呢？
你提到的问题啊。
On your specific question, I'd refer you to competent authorities. Next one, please.
AFP.
法新社，巴西和法国在土耳其举行了会谈，特朗普总统表示说，现在马上将会和伊朗进行一项协议，中方对此有何评论？对于俄罗斯、伊朗在最近北京的会谈进行的会谈对此有何评论？
致力于推
China has been working to promote the political and diplomatic settlement of the Iran issue, and we emphasize the promise of not using the nuclear weapons and to respect their nuclear and nuclear powers' rights, and we oppose any illegal sanctions. We would like to maintain communication with relevant parties and to promote the settlement that involve all the parties and play a constructive role, and to promote and safeguard the non-proliferation system and promote the stable peace and development of the related systems. Next question, please.
广播协会的
NHK. US President Trump has expressed his intention to have a phone call with President Xi Jinping this weekend. Can the ministry confirm it? If it's true, could you please share with us more details, such as the specific time?
可以提供的信息。
I have no information to offer.
下一个问题，
Next one, please.
还有其他问题吗？
Any other questions?
Reuters reported today
路透社今天报道，英国政府将在6月初发布英中关系审查报告，中方对此有何评论，以及该报告的结论将如何影响中英关系？
昨天我也就
Yesterday, on the China-UK relations, I have stated our positions. China and UK are permanent members of the UN Security Council and the world's major economies as global challenges rise. Strengthening mutually beneficial cooperation serves the fundamental and long-term interests of both countries and is conducive to world peace and development. We hope the UK would view China in an objective light, adopt the right policy, and create a favorable environment for the sound and steady development of China-UK relations.
下一个问题，
Next one, please.
还有其他问题吗？
Any other questions?
好，那今天的记者会就到这里。
This is the end of today's conference, and good weekend.